In this video, the unique features in Real-Time Landscaping Architect will be discussed along with how these features were used in order to create a very detailed, well-organized, and eye-pleasing master plan. Many of these features will be compared to those used in AutoCAD and Dynascape throughout the video. Before beginning describing these features, I would like to take the time to point out that, like in AutoCAD and Dynascape, a master plan template was first inserted into the drawing as a background image that could be turned on and off and could be used as a reference of where objects should go and what size they should be. The drawing was also scaled 1:1, again by setting 1/8 inch equal to 1 foot in the page setup and by resizing a known distance within the drawing. The last thing I would like to point out is that the Realtime had layers, just like in AutoCAD and Dynascape, that each had a name and correlated to specific objects or areas so that they could be turned on and off while working. Now that I've established those small yet essential pieces of information, I am ready to begin discussing a few of the interesting features included within Real-Time Landscaping Architect. To start off, an important feature in Realtime is that there are 3 different tabs in which the master plan can be viewed and/or edited. The first tab is the Plan View. This view makes the master plan appear as it would on a piece of paper. The majority of the work done in Realtime is done in the Plan View. It makes following the template image very easy to follow since the designer can choose to see the entire design at one time or zoom in on a specific area. It makes placing and sizing plants, outlines, and structures not only effortless but also quite accurate. The second tab is the Perspective View. This view makes the master plan appear more how it would on a site due to the objects being three-dimensional. A lot of the work done in real time can also be done in this view. Although this view is better for fixing any spatial issues that may have been created in the plan view using the template. Sometimes, after placing an object in the plan view and sizing it according to the template, it would look quite awkward in the perspective view. In the perspective view, these issues could be seen and fixed. This view is also best used in order to add details such as doors and windows, since the designer can get a better sense of where they should be placed and how big they should be in this view. Perspective view is not great when trying to reference the template due to the three-dimensional feature making it kind of disorienting and challenging to place and size objects exactly how they are in the template. The final tab is the walkthrough view. This view is essentially used to show clients what the space the designer has created would truly look and feel like if they were to be in it. The view lets clients see what the space would look like at all times of day and even includes sound effects for different times of day. The client is able to view what it would look like at night with the fire pits and lights glowing and what it would look like during the day with every detail in the space being able to be seen clearly. It should also be noted that due to the coronavirus pandemic, and therefore no in-person classes, that the walkthrough perspective could not be used since it does not function properly in the Web Labs environment. Overall, these 3 tabs set Real-Time apart from AutoCAD and Dynascape due to neither of them having any three-dimensional components. They both only have views that are similar to that of the plan view in Real-Time. The large library of objects found within Realtime is another extremely helpful, unique feature. This library contains many pre-made amenities that are commonly found within a landscape. These objects are very detailed and have the ability to be modified based on the designer's preferences. They can be resized, rotated, moved, and have the color and texture changed. Being able to change the color and/or texture, also known as the material, of objects is extremely useful. It allows for uniformity within the design and gives the designer a better ability to create exactly the space they desire. AutoCAD did not have anything similar to this feature. Any detailed site amenities and other objects had to be taken from a different website called Blocks. Dynascape, on the other hand, did have a similar feature, although the Dynascape library of objects did not allow for as much modification of the site amenities in its database as Realtime did. The objects also were slightly less detailed, and there were less of them to choose from. The object-specific tools were another cool feature in Realtime that was very simple to use. The object-specific tools included the house, region, and patio tools. It should be noted that the object-specific tools also included other tools, but the ones listed appeared to be most frequently used and therefore most relevant to discuss. These tools allowed for the template to be followed precisely. The region tool was used to outline areas such as the lawn and planting beds. The patio tool was used to outline areas such as the walkways and patios. Both tools allowed for a rough sketch of the areas to be drawn first, and then the points to be edited in order to make lines curved, moved, or changed in other ways to better follow the template. They both also allowed for the material within the area trace to be changed. For example, if you wanted a region to have a different kind of mulch or grass, you could change it, and the same went for any patios. If you wanted it to be wood instead of stone, this change could be made. The patio tool also enabled the designer to change the elevation of the patio or how high they wanted it to be raised. The house tool was used to draw areas on the site such as the garage and house. The house tool allowed for the designer to follow the exact outline according to the template in the plan view, and then edit it in a more detail with the perspective view. Details that could be edited were the material used on the house and its roof, as well as the shape of the roof, along with how many stories the house was. If the height of the walls of the house were just to be 10 feet, then the house would be 1 story. If they were just to be 20 feet, then the house would be 2 stories. Both AutoCAD and Dynarscape did not have anything similar to the object-specific tools. Instead, tools such as the line, polyline, circle, and rectangle tools were used to create specific areas. These tools did not allow for as much detail as the object-specific tools in Realtime did. This made the master plans created in AutoCAD and Dynarscape appear to be less put together and realistic than the ones created in Realtime. Another cool tool in Realtime that is similar to the library of objects in a way is the plant tool. The plant tool, instead of containing a library of many site amenities, contains a library of many plants, including different kinds of shrubs, trees, annuals, perennials, and more. These plants can be modified when placed into the plan view based mainly on their current age, which changes the size of the plant. The plants can be placed in 3 different ways using the plant tool, plant fill tool, and plant row tool. The plant and plant row tool are most frequently used. The plant tool allows the designer to place one singular plant. The plant row tool allows the designer to place multiple plants in a row. When using the plant row tool, the number of plants desired in the row should be specified. Once all of the plants are placed into this design, a plant list can be generated using the Plant Legend tool found under the Plan Detail tab. This plant list contains the symbol, common name, botanical name, and the number of each plant used within the design. AutoCAD and Dynarscape both allowed for a similar plant list to be created based on what plants were used in the design. Although AutoCAD did not have a library of plants like Dynarscape and Realtime did. When comparing Dynarscape's plant library and Realtime made it easier to find plants based on what you wanted them to look like, since they appeared in the library as large pictures labeled with their name in a small font below, whereas Dynarscape made it easier to find plants based on an exact plant's name since they appeared in the library by the user searching for a kind of plant. The last unique feature in Realtime that I will discuss is Realtime Photo, which is a separate program from Realtime Landscaping Architect, but can be used with it to create a very realistic master plan for clients to look at. Realtime Photo allows users to upload a picture of their choice, typically a client's house and yard, and edit out any unwanted plants or objects. The tools used to do this are the Clone tool and the Replace Current Selection tool. After any unwanted objects or plants are edited out, the picture can be worked on in Realtime Landscaping Architect in order to add any new plant beds, plants, or site amenities. These objects are added according to a master plan that can be referred back to by the designer when needed. Realtime Photo allows for clients to see what their exact house and yard would look like with the designer's new plans for it without any old plant material or objects getting in the way. Neither AutoCAD or Dynarscape had an application like this. In conclusion, Realtime Landscaping Architect is super applicable in the landscaping industry. It is very detailed and allows for a very accurate and precise master plan to be created from any template. It contains a lot of cool features that neither AutoCAD or Dynarscape have, making it a lot more beneficial for people who design landscapes. AutoCAD and Dynarscape have their own impressive features that appear to be useful, but none of them allowed for a realistic master plan to be created with such ease. Outside of the landscaping industry, though, Realtime, Landscaping Architect, and Dynascape may not appear as useful as a more basic and much less detailed program such as AutoCAD.